Okay, this video right here, it was a situation where I actually almost did not make it because it kind of was going to be um rubbing some people the wrong way because it's about schools and I know how some people feel about schools and teachers, and I'm the same way. I definitely respect teachers and the school system altogether because where will we be without it? The point I want to make though is about what is not taught in school. And there's a lot of things, but particularly one of the most important things that I feel that is not taught in schools is this financial literacy, particularly financial behavior. See, when I was in school, and I'm sure you're the same way, they taught you algebra and they taught you geometry. But they never taught you, or some schools, not all, some schools never taught us how to balance a checkbook. They taught us how to solve for X, but they didn't teach us how to solve for broke. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact systems that I use that that are in spreadsheet format that have been keeping me financially afloat, financially stable, I should say. And I'm going to show you why it's better and that they work better, that these systems I have in place has worked better than anything they could have taught us in the classroom. Alrighty? If you've ever asked yourself, or if you've ever wondered why financial literacy or money management, I should say, is not is not like emphasized in school, by the end of this video, this all will make sense. See, money isn't emphasized in school because it's not important. It's missing from school because schools are built upon like a system of standardized testing and a system of theory based academics and about measurable outcomes. Like algebra is testable, right? History is testable, but budgeting behavior is not easily testable. Financial literacy requires repetition and habit through consistency. And that's something that, they probably either don't have time or they think that, well, it's really not something that we could really focus on in school to get these folks in and out of this system. Money management is not a subject, it's a behavior. And behaviors are taught. Behaviors aren't taught. They're not taught. They're built. Just like when you build a muscle when you're working out or when you're trying to lose weight. You have to do that through repetition, consistent repetition. Here, let me show you something real quick. This is my full money management moves spreadsheet. This is one complete workbook that consists of 3 spreadsheets in one complete workbook. This workbook right here on the far left, that's the money workbook. It's also known like a checkbook. This is where the money comes in and goes out of my account. And in the middle here is my management spreadsheet. Now, this spreadsheet is where all of the magic begins, so to speak. This is the spreadsheet that allows me to budget my money throughout any particular month. And it allows me to make different adjustments from month to month or keep everything the same. It depends on what I'm trying to accomplish from one month to another. And then finally, I got my move spreadsheet. Now, my move spreadsheet is where like things really get interesting because it gives me the freedom in real time. I want to emphasize that freedom in real time to make changes to my financial life that causes me to have a substantial amount of control. In this move spreadsheet, I could make arrangements to take funds from one expense and give them to another, or I can make a decision of applying um extra money to whatever expense I deem necessary. So the move spreadsheet is a big part of all that I do. Listen, um my whole emphasis on all of this is to emphasize that behaviors cannot be taught in lectures. They have to be consistently monitored and repeated over and over again. That's how a lot of us have accomplished those some of the things that we've accomplished. Like, say for instance, you're good at playing a particular instrument. At first, you probably weren't that good in the beginning and it sounded like trash. But as you consistently monitored how you stroke those keys, how you hit those particular notes, and so on and so forth, and you did it in repetition, repetition, repetition. You did that to an extent that now you may be a little more proficient in that particular exercise that you're doing, whether it's karate or some other type of formal martial arts, or whether it's, like I said, playing an instrument. It all requires you to monitor and make slight adjustments here and there. And that's what I've done throughout my financial life. Now, let's take a look at my checkbook. All right, this my checkbook here, it represents where money enters and leaves my bank account. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how my checkbook aligns with my moves spreadsheet over here. I'm going to zoom in onto that moves spreadsheet real quick. I'm going to show you how it aligns with everything that's on oh, that's the wrong one. This is the oh, there it is. Move spreadsheet. Lord. Oh yeah. No, that's the management spreadsheet. Why is it coming in like that? All right. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Oh, here we go. That's it. All right. So look, check it out. So this is the move spreadsheet, right? And this spreadsheet puts me in a position where I can understand what's going on at any particular time and I can make quote unquote moves, right? And in doing so, it allows me to, like I said before, have a lot of control over everything's going on. Now, I track every source of income, which is one of the exercises that I do. My total money management system is simple. No fancy apps, no complicated formulas. Most people, they track their income. And well, most people don't, I should say. Most people don't track their income. They assume. I don't assume. I look at my management plan every single day for about 5 days. I look at my moves plan every single day for, about 5 minutes a day, and I make decisions. I separate my expenses from my my variable income, like my fixed expenses and my variable expenses. I separate those. Like mortgage is set. um the HOA saving is a set expense, a fixed expense. Grocery, that's kind of variable because it fluctuates back and forth depending on how much I eat or how much food or how much um um supplies I use on a day-to-day basis. My car insurance, that's fixed. So I take into account all of that. And this, in a nutshell, is just basic budgeting. This is what anybody who's beginning their budgeting should do. And this is what I emphasize that anyone does, because it puts you in a position where you're in total control over what's going on in your financial life. And you're not in a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle anymore. You can't measure, you can't control, you can't manage what you don't measure. And it's very important that you measure what's going on. School teaches information. Money management requires observation. Let me say that again. School teaches information. Money management requires observation. One more time, shout out to Dr. Umar. School teaches information. Money management requires observation. Now, when you see cash flow in real time, it allows you to start making decisions without facing it, without like forcing yourself to be all frustrated. That's why I never worry about when I go shopping, and I like to shop, whether it be for like household decorations or for clothes or pretty much for anything, or even going out to eat. I don't- I Because I know what the other side of that money looks like. One side looks like what's actually coming out of my account when I hand them the cash, or when I handle my debit card. But the other side is actually knowing what the numbers look like, what my spreadsheets tell me, what my checkbook is, what's going in and out of my checkbook. And I feel like this is so powerful because it puts me at ease. Now, if you have never tracked your finances, if you've never tracked your money before, I encourage you just to start simple. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency. That's it. Just some consistent tracking here and there that'll put you in a position that'll allow you to, maintain that control and feel more powerful about the money, no matter how much it is. I know sometimes you see my numbers, and like I said before, and I'll say it in all of my videos, sometimes I change the numbers to to give people a perspective on how to do things on their level. So my numbers, even for myself, are not exactly the numbers I realize. I sometimes create numbers and entries for purposes of privacy, and also for purposes of transparency. Sometimes the numbers are real, sometimes they're not. But that's what I don't, that's I wouldn't encourage you to focus on that. Just focus on the process itself. That's what's important. The process of you monitoring it and repetitiously doing it. Once you start doing it repetitiously, then it becomes easier and easier. Just like working out, just like playing an instrument, just like playing a sport, anything like that. Comment below, track it if you're ready to start monitoring your money. Financial literacy isn't something school gives you, it's something you build. Just like building muscles, just like building proficiency in playing an instrument or playing a sport. And money management doesn't have to be, and is not complicated. It's just constant monitoring. It doesn't have to be boring. Again, when I create my budget, this budget you see right here, when I created with fun tied into it. Right here, you can see where there's entertainment in there. There's when it says drips and clothing right there. Yeah, I plan on. I'm a shoe collector. I'm a shoe guy. I like buying shoes. I like a lot of people. I like buying jewelry. I like buying hats. All of that kind of stuff. So it doesn't have to be something that is complicated or to hold you down. That's why I never call it a budget. I call it a management plan. Budget, for to some people it seems so restrictive, but it doesn't have to be restrictive. When you're creating your budget, you can budget for vacations, budget for nice gifts that you can give to your loved ones for their birthdays or for Christmas. You can do all of that. It doesn't have to be restrictive at all. Listen, don't allow what you didn't learn in school cause you to lose with money, despite the fact that they didn't teach us, some of us, not all of us, despite the fact that we didn't learn in school how to balance checkbooks, how to make budgets. That doesn't have to stop you. Stay consistent, stay focused, and enjoy the process. If this information has helped you, then I want you to check out my next video. In my next video, I'm going to show you step by step how I make all of this work together. I'm going to show you entries into my checkbook. I'm going to show you what the world how and why where, excuse me, how and where those entries tie in to my money management plan, i.e. my budget, and then how I make moves to bring it all together. You can do this. I know you can, and I'm here to help you. So, like and subscribe and share this video with somebody you think it will help. Until next time, this has been Mike's Money Management Moves. Thank you for watching.